Xiao Zhang had always believed that a bridge was more than just a structure of steel and stone. To him, a bridge was a silent witness, holding the echoes of footsteps, laughter, broken promises, and secrets too heavy to be spoken aloud. Ironically, it was on an old trembling bridge in the small city of Linhai that his carefully organized life decided to collapse like a poorly written script. That night, the rain fell gently, as if the sky was trying to apologize for something it had not yet done. Xiao Zhang stood near the middle of the bridge holding a black umbrella that looked far more elegant than his current emotional state. His coat was slightly oversized, making him resemble a runaway model from a melancholic fashion magazine. "Why does my life feel like instant noodles without seasoning?" he muttered to himself. His phone vibrated. The name on the screen immediately made his shoulders tense. Auntie May, the woman who believed volume was more important than grammar. "Zhang Ji, have you arrived in Linhai? Don't tell me you're lost again. This city is smaller than my mahjong table." Her voice exploded from the speaker. "I'm here, Auntie. I'm just appreciating the view on the bridge," he replied while staring at a rusty rail that clearly had no artistic value. "Appreciating? Don't appreciate too long and catch a cold. Come home now. There's someone you must meet." Before he could ask who this mysterious someone was, the call ended, just like every other conversation with Auntie May, sudden, dramatic, and without mercy. The wind grew colder. From the other side of the bridge came hurried footsteps. A young woman was running as if she had borrowed legs from a marathon athlete. She clutched her backpack like it contained the secrets of the universe. In her panic, she crashed directly into Xiao Zhang. Bam! His umbrella flew away like a defeated bird. The girl almost fell, but Xiao Zhang instinctively grabbed her arm. "Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm being chased by time, no, by problems," she said breathlessly. Xiao Zhang blinked. "Do your problems carry knives or just bad attitudes?" She stared at him, confused whether to cry or laugh. "Not funny, Mr. Black Umbrella." Before the conversation could mature into proper introductions, a rough voice shouted from the end of the bridge. Two men in dark jackets appeared, their faces carrying the universal expression of trouble. "There she is," one of them pointed. The girl turned pale. "Oh no. They found me. Friends of yours?" Xiao Zhang asked calmly. "If they were friends, I'd be treating them to hot pot instead of running for my life." Without warning, she grabbed Xiao Zhang's arm tightly. "Please help me. Pretend to be my boyfriend." "What?" Too late. She was already leaning against him like a professional actress. "If you don't want to die young, follow my lead." The two men approached, eyes sharp and suspicious. "Are you with her?" one asked coldly. Xiao Zhang swallowed. In his heart he regretted every life decision that had brought him to this bridge tonight. But the girl's trembling fingers around his arm made him nod. "Yes. She's my girlfriend. A very, very troublesome girlfriend." The girl secretly pinched him. The man narrowed his eyes. "Hand over the bag, Miss Lin. You've played enough." Miss Lin. So that was her name, at least part of it. Useful information for a man who had accidentally entered a thriller without buying a ticket. "Never," the girl replied bravely. Rain became heavier, as if the sky had decided to upgrade the scene from drama to full action movie. Xiao Zhang could almost hear background music in his head. Suddenly a police siren echoed faintly from afar. The two men exchanged glances, cursed under their breath, and slowly stepped back. "This isn't over," one of them hissed before disappearing into the wet darkness. The girl finally exhaled like her soul had returned to her body. "My heart almost jumped into Linhai River," she said. Xiao Zhang looked at her. "Mind telling me whether I just joined a mafia audition?" She laughed weakly. My name is Lin Xiao. And you just saved my life, Mr. Black Umbrella. Xiao Zhang, he replied. They stood there under the rain, two strangers connected by panic and coincidence on an old bridge that had seen too many stories. As a thank you, let me treat you to dinner, Lin Xiao said suddenly. In this city, problems are paid with food. Local tradition. Xiao Zhang didn't know that accepting that dinner invitation would drag him into a story far more complicated than a simple encounter. Behind Lin Xiao's bright smile hid a past he could not imagine, and behind his arrival in Linhai waited a truth he had been running from for years. The bridge remained silent, guarding the beginning of something neither of them expected. The small noodle shop near the river smelled of garlic, chili oil, and old memories. Lin Xiao claimed it was the best place in Linhai, though the cracked walls and flickering neon signs suggested otherwise. Xiao Zhang sat across from her, still trying to process how his quiet evening had turned into a survival mission. So, he began while poking his bowl of beef noodles. Are you going to tell me why two professional-looking villains want your backpack? Or should I guess? Secret recipe for immortal dumplings? Lin Xiao smiled awkwardly. If it were dumplings, I'd gladly share. She hesitated, fingers playing with the edge of her sleeve. The cheerful mask she had worn on the bridge slowly faded, revealing a tired expression that didn't match her age. My father left me something before he disappeared 3 months ago, she said softly. Documents. Evidence. I don't even understand half of it. But apparently some powerful people do. Xiao Zhang raised an eyebrow. And you carry this national treasure around in a backpack like a student with homework? It's safer with me than anywhere else. He wanted to argue, but the seriousness in her eyes stopped him. There was real fear there, fear mixed with stubborn determination. The shop owner, an old man with a heroic mustache, placed 2 cups of tea on their table. Young love is beautiful, he declared proudly. Both of them choked at the same time. We're not. Just friends. The old man laughed. Even better. Friends who look at each other like the last piece of fried chicken. After he left, an awkward silence followed. Lin Xiao cleared her throat. Sorry for dragging you into this. Xiao Zhan shrugged. My life needed some seasoning anyway. Though I was hoping for comedy, not thriller. She laughed, and for a moment the weight on her shoulders seemed lighter. Why did you come to Linhai? She asked. The question hit him harder than expected. He stared at the steam rising from his noodles. To escape, he admitted. From work, expectations, and from a person I failed to protect. Lin Xiao watched him carefully but didn't push further. Somehow, she understood that some stories needed time to breathe. Their fragile peace was interrupted by the sound of a chair scraping loudly behind them. Xiao Zhan turned and felt his stomach tighten. One of the men from the bridge stood near the entrance, pretending to look at the menu. Your fan club is here, he whispered. Lin Xiao's face went pale. They found me again. Without thinking, Xiao Zhan grabbed her hand under the table. Act normal. Normal? My normal life doesn't include being hunted. The man slowly walked toward them. Each step felt like a drumbeat. Xiao Zhan suddenly stood up and shouted, Ah! Honey, feed me noodles like in romantic dramas. Lin Xiao stared at him as if he had lost his mind. Do it, he whispered through his smile. Trembling, she picked some noodles with chopsticks and pushed them toward his mouth. Xiao Zhan exaggeratedly opened wide. Too hot. Blow first. The surrounding customers started watching, amused. The suspicious man looked confused, clearly not prepared for this level of nonsense. Couples these days, the shop owner muttered proudly. The man hesitated, then his phone rang. After a short conversation, he cursed and left the shop in a hurry. Lin Xiao dropped the chopsticks. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life. You're welcome for the Oscar-winning performance, Xiao Zhang grinned. But beneath the humor, both of them knew the danger was far from over. Later that night, Xiao Zhang walked Lin Qiao home through narrow streets glowing with yellow lanterns. Lin Hai looked peaceful, hiding its claws behind gentle lights. "Why are you helping me?" she asked quietly. He thought for a moment. "Maybe because on that bridge you looked exactly like I felt, lost, but pretending to be brave." Lin Qiao stopped walking. Her eyes shimmered. "No one has ever said something like that to me." Before he could respond, a motorcycle roared from behind. The rider snatched Lin Qiao's backpack and sped away. "Hey!" Xiao Zhan shouted. Without hesitation he ran after it, rainwater splashing under his shoes. Lin Qiao followed, panic written all over her face. The bike disappeared into the darkness, leaving only the echo of its engine and their heavy breaths. "It's gone," she whispered, collapsing onto the pavement. Xiao Zhan clenched his fists. The playful night had turned cruel again. Inside the backpack were not only documents, but also the only clue about her father. And now it was in the hands of people who clearly had no mercy. The bridge in the distance stood silent, as if watching their misfortune with pity. Their story had only begun. The night swallowed the sound of the motorcycle like a hungry beast. Lin Qiao still stood frozen on the sidewalk, her empty hands trembling as if the backpack were still hanging there by invisible strings. Xiao Zhan watched her in silence, feeling a strange mix of anger and helplessness burning inside his chest. "It's my fault," she whispered. "I shouldn't have brought you into this." He shook his head. "No. If we're going to blame someone, let's blame the idiots who think stealing bags is a career path." Despite the joke, his mind was racing. The men on the bridge, the stranger in the noodle shop, and now this, none of it felt random. Someone was hunting Lin Qiao with terrifying determination. They walked without direction until they reached the riverbank. The same bridge from earlier stood above them, illuminated by tired yellow lights. It looked peaceful, almost mocking their chaos. "My father used to bring me here," Lin Qiao said suddenly. He said this bridge connects not just two sides of the city, but two sides of people, who they are and who they pretend to be. Xiao Zhan glanced at her. "Your father sounds like a philosopher who forgot to pay rent." She smiled faintly. He was an accountant. Even scarier. For a moment they shared a small laugh, fragile like glass. Then silence returned, heavier than before. "I need to get that backpack back," she said firmly. "Without it, I have nothing left of him." Xiao Zhan looked at her determined face and felt something shift inside him, something reckless and warm. "Then we'll get it back." "We? You don't expect me to go back to my boring life after starring in half an action movie, do you?" Lin Qiao stared at him, surprised. "You're insane." "Probably. Auntie May has medical records to prove it." They decided to start with the only clue they had, the license plate number Xiao Zhan had half remembered from the motorcycle. It was a long shot, but better than drowning in despair. Their first destination was a tiny repair shop owned by an old friend of Auntie May, a man nicknamed Uncle Bao who claimed he knew every vehicle in Linhai better than his own grandchildren. The shop smelled of oil and stubborn dreams. Uncle Bao adjusted his glasses while listening to their story. "Black motorcycle, scratched tail, loud like a broken marriage?" he asked. "That's oddly specific," Xiao Zhan replied. Uncle Bao typed something into his ancient computer that looked like it had survived several dynasties. "There are only two bikes matching that description. One belongs to a delivery boy who cries when scolded, the other to a man named Han Rui." Lin Qiao stiffened. "Han Rui. I've heard that name before." Xiao Zhan noticed the fear creeping back into her eyes. "Who is he?" She hesitated. My father once argued with a man named Han Rui. After that, everything went wrong. Uncle Bao cleared his throat. Han Rui works for a company called Silver Horizon. Big business, bigger shadows. The name struck Xiao Zhang like a cold wave. Silver Horizon. The company he used to work for before leaving the city in disgrace. His past, which he had tried so hard to bury, was suddenly standing right in front of him wearing an ugly corporate logo. You know them? Lin Xiao asked. He forced a smile. Let's just say we broke up on bad terms. Fate, it seemed, had a cruel sense of humor. They left the shop with an address and heavier hearts. On the way back, Lin Xiao stopped at a small convenience store to buy drinks. Xiao Zhang waited outside, staring at the reflection of the bridge on the river. His phone vibrated, an unknown number. Xiao Zhang, a deep voice said after he answered. Stop playing hero. This is not your story. His blood ran cold. Who is this? Someone who knows what happened 5 years ago. The line went dead. He stood there gripping the phone, rain beginning to fall again like deja vu. Lin Xiao returned with 2 cans of soda. You look like you saw a ghost. Maybe I did, he murmured. At that moment he realized something terrifying. His arrival in Linhai, Lin Xiao's father, Silver Horizon, even the bridge, none of it was coincidence. Their pasts were threads of the same knot. And someone out there was pulling it tighter. Across the river, the bridge lights flickered once, as if breathing. Rain in Linhai never felt ordinary. It carried whispers, old grudges, and tonight, an undeniable sense that the city was slowly tightening a rope around Xiao Zhang's neck. He stared at the dark screen of his phone long after the mysterious call ended. Someone who knows what happened 5 years ago. Those words crawled under his skin like cold insects. Hey, don't look at that phone like it owes you money, Lin Xiao said, handing him a can of soda. Bad news? He forced a smile. Just a wrong number. Probably someone selling miracle insurance. She didn't look convinced, but she didn't push. Instead, she sat beside him on the riverside steps, opening her drink with a soft hiss. My father used to say soda tastes better when life is messy, she murmured. Your father sounds like he should have written fortune cookies. Lin Xiao laughed, then her expression softened. You don't have to stay in this, you know. After tonight we can pretend we never met. Xiao Zhang looked at the bridge glowing above them. Pretend? He had spent years pretending he wasn't guilty, pretending he didn't miss someone, pretending his career collapse didn't still wake him at 3 a.m. If I walk away now, he said slowly, that bridge will start judging me. She blinked. The bridge? Yes. It looks judgmental. Now I'm sure you're insane. Certified. Their light moment faded as reality returned. They needed a plan, not jokes. The address Uncle Bao had given pointed to an abandoned warehouse near the old harbor, classic villain territory. Tomorrow we go there, Lin Xiao said with forced courage. Tomorrow we buy pepper spray, helmets, maybe a small tank. She smiled gratefully. That night Xiao Zhang stayed at Auntie May's house. The guest room smelled of lavender and excessive optimism. He lay on the bed staring at the ceiling fan spinning like confused thoughts. 5 years ago. Back then he was not the wandering man with an oversized coat. He was a rising star at Silver Horizon, a company that built bridges, highways, and reputations, sometimes by destroying others. He had discovered irregularities in a project report, cheap materials, falsified safety tests, signatures that didn't belong to their owners. When he tried to expose it, the evidence vanished, and so did his mentor, Chen Wei. The official story called it an unfortunate accident. Xiao Zhang never believed it. His phone buzzed again. Another unknown number. He answered with a dry throat. You should have left Lin Hai, the same voice said. Who are you? A friend of Chen Wei. His heart slammed against his ribs. He's dead. Some people die twice. Once in body, once in truth. The call ended. Sleep became impossible. Morning arrived with gray clouds and Auntie May's legendary breakfast, dumplings shaped like abstract art. You look like a ghost married another ghost, she commented while pouring tea. Comforting as always, Auntie. She studied him carefully. That girl you met, be careful. Lin family troubles are deeper than this city's drainage. You know her family? Auntie May sighed. Her father, Lin Jun, was a good man. Too good for certain sharks. The name hit Xiao Zhang hard. Lin Jun, the accountant involved in the Silver Horizon project 5 years ago. The missing piece of his nightmare. Fate wasn't just playing games, it was hosting a cruel festival. At noon he met Lin Xiao near the bus station. She wore a determined expression and a ridiculous pink helmet. For protection, she said proudly. Against criminals or fashion critics? Both. They took the bus to the harbor, passing streets that looked ordinary but felt like they were hiding teeth. The warehouse appeared at the end of the road, windows broken, walls covered with tired graffiti. Classic, Xiao Zhang whispered. If a piano falls on us, I won't be surprised. Inside, the air smelled of rust and forgotten summers. Footsteps echoed like uninvited memories. Then they saw it, Lin Xiao's backpack on a metal table. She rushed forward, but Xiao Zhang grabbed her wrist. Too easy. As if on cue, lights flickered on. From the shadows stepped Han Rui, the man from the motorcycle, smiling like a polite nightmare. Welcome, he said. We've been waiting. Doors slammed behind them. Lin Xiao squeezed Xiao Zhang's hand. The stage was set. The warehouse lights buzzed like tired insects, throwing pale circles across the concrete floor. Han Rui stood a few steps away from the metal table, one hand resting casually on Lin Xiao's backpack as if it were a trophy from a hunting trip. Relax, he said with a thin smile. If I wanted you two dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Xiao Zhan stepped slightly in front of Lin Xiao. That's the most comforting threat I've ever heard. Han Rui chuckled. You're funnier than your file suggests, Mr. Xiao. Former project supervisor at Silver Horizon, resigned after unfortunate misunderstandings. The word file made Xiao Zhan's stomach tighten. So you people keep biographies of strangers now? Should I sign it? Lin Xiao glared at Han Rui. Give me my father's things. Ah, Miss Lin. Brave like your father, stubborn like a tax form. He tapped the backpack gently. These documents don't belong to you, or to him. They belong to the future. Future of corruption? Xiao Zhan shot back. The smile vanished from Han Rui's face for a second. Only a second, but enough to reveal the man beneath the mask. You think this is about simple corruption? He said quietly. Bridges collapse. Cities drown. People die. Someone must decide who is worth saving. A cold silence spread. Lin Xiao's voice trembled. My father tried to save people. And that's why he disappeared. The words fell like stones. Xiao Zhan felt Lin Xiao sway beside him. He caught her elbow. What do you know about Lin Jun? He demanded. Han Rui walked closer, studying Xiao Zhan with unsettling interest. More than you. He was supposed to adjust numbers, not grow a conscience. Just like your mentor, Chen Wei. The name echoed through the warehouse. You killed him, Xiao Zhan whispered. I prefer removed from the equation. Before anger could explode from his fists, Han Rui raised a hand. Easy. I didn't invite you here for confession. I have an offer. He pushed the backpack across the table toward Lin Xiao. Take it. All of it. But in exchange, Mr. Xiao returns to Silver Horizon and finishes what he started 5 years ago. Lin Xiao stared at the bag, then at Xiao Zhang. What does he mean? Xiao Zhang's chest felt tight. The past he had buried was being dug up with elegant cruelty. They want me to sign new safety approvals, he said slowly. To make everything legal on paper. Exactly, Han Rui nodded. A small signature for you. A peaceful life for Miss Lin. The choice tasted like poison. Lin Xiao shook her head fiercely. No. We'll find another way. There is no other way, Han Rui replied. This city is built on decisions like this. Xiao Zhang looked at the backpack, the symbol of Lin Xiao's father, her tears, her stubborn hope. Then he looked at her face, pale but unbroken. He smiled suddenly. You people really don't understand storytelling, he said. Han Rui frowned. Excuse me? In every drama, the villain offers a deal thinking the hero is stupid. But the hero is only pretending. With a swift movement, Xiao Zhang kicked the table, sending the backpack flying into Lin Xiao's arms. Run! Chaos erupted. 2 guards rushed forward. Lin Xiao hesitated for a heartbeat. Go! Xiao Zhang shouted again. She ran toward the back exit while he blocked one guard with a chair that clearly had retired years ago. The other man grabbed his coat. They crashed into a tower of empty crates like a low-budget action scene. Your plan is terrible. Lin Xiao yelled while searching for a way out. Improvisation is art. A door burst open to the harbor outside. Cold wind and the smell of sea flooded in. Lin Xiao slipped through just as Xiao Zhang broke free and sprinted after her. Behind them, Han Rui's calm voice followed like smoke. You can run tonight. But cities have long memories. They didn't stop until the bridge lights appeared again, trembling on the water like shaken stars. Lin Xiao hugged the backpack to her chest, breathing hard. You're insane. Completely insane. Xiao Zhang leaned on the railing, laughing between gasps. You already diagnosed me. Then she did something unexpected. She stepped forward and hugged him. Thank you, she whispered. He froze, rain starting to fall again, gentle this time. For a moment the world became small, just the bridge, the river, and 2 hearts beating too loudly. Xiao Zhang realized with terrifying clarity that he was no longer helping a stranger. He was protecting someone he didn't want to lose. Above them the bridge stood silent, connecting not only 2 sides of Linhai, but 2 wounded lives. The rain had stopped, but the city still looked wet, like a painting that refused to dry. Xiao Zhang and Lin Xiao sat beneath the bridge, the backpack between them like a silent third character waiting for its cue. Open it, Xiao Zhang said gently. Lin Xiao hesitated. Her fingers trembled as she pulled the zipper. Inside were stacks of documents, a small USB drive, and, unexpectedly, a folded photograph. She unfolded it. A younger Lin Jun stood beside a familiar face, Chen Wei, Xiao Zhang's mentor. They knew each other, Lin Xiao whispered. Xiao Zhang felt the ground shift beneath his memories. All these years he had believed Chen Wei fought alone. But Lin Jun had been beside him, another quiet soldier in a war no one admitted existed. He plugged the USB into his laptop at a nearby 24-hour cafe. Files spread across the screen, falsified material reports, emails ordering cost cuts, signatures traced back to Silver Horizon's top board members. And one video. In the shaky footage, Lin Jun spoke directly to the camera. If you are watching this, it means I failed to stop them. The new Linhai Bridge is unsafe. They will hide it behind beautiful lights and grand ceremonies. But a bridge built on lies will demand lives. Lin Xiao covered her mouth to hold back a sob. Xiao Zhang closed his eyes. The bridge above them, the very symbol of the city, was a ticking promise of disaster. "We have to expose this," he said. "And they will destroy us," Lin Xiao replied. He smiled sadly. They already tried. The next days blurred into a storm of decisions. Xiao Zhang contacted an old journalist friend, while Lin Xiao gathered witnesses her father had secretly listed. Danger followed them like an obedient dog, cars slowing too long behind them, phones ringing without voices. One evening Auntie May confronted Xiao Zhang in the kitchen. "You look at that girl like your heart finally found its missing sock," she declared while chopping vegetables. "Auntie, your metaphors scare me." "Good. Fear keeps men honest." He realized she was right. Somewhere between running, fighting, and eating terrible noodles, Lin Xiao had become his reason to stay, not to escape. The final confrontation came not with guns, but with microphones. At a crowded press conference organized by the journalist, Xiao Zhang and Lin Xiao stood side by side. The documents were projected onto a massive screen, numbers turning into accusations, signatures into evidence. Reporters shouted questions like fireworks. Silver Horizon representatives tried to smile through panic. Han Rui watched from the back of the hall, his face unreadable. When Lin Xiao played her father's video, the room fell silent. "This bridge is unsafe," her father's voice echoed. "And truth is the only foundation strong enough." Tears rolled down Lin Xiao's cheeks, but her back remained straight. Xiao Zhan took her hand in front of everyone. "We are not heroes," he said to the cameras. "Just two ordinary people who decided not to look away." By night, the story flooded the internet. Investigations were launched. Construction on the new bridge was suspended. Han Rui disappeared like smoke, realizing the wind had changed direction. Weeks later, the old bridge in Linhai became a place of meetings instead of secrets. People hung small ribbons on its rails in memory of those who fought for the truth. Xiao Zhan and Lin Xiao stood there together watching the river. "So," she said, "what now, Mr. Former Hero?" He pretended to think. "Open a noodle shop. Write a book called How to Survive Crazy Girls with Backpacks." She hit his arm. "Seriously?" Xiao Zhan looked at the city, at the bridge that had once frightened him and now felt like home. "I'll stay," he said. "If you'll have me." Lin Xiao smiled, the kind of smile that repaired broken years. "My father believed bridges connect people," she said softly. "I think he was right." A gentle wind passed between them. Somewhere a street musician played an old love song slightly out of tune, perfect for their imperfect story. Xiao Zhan took her hand, not because danger demanded it, but because his heart did. Above them the bridge carried cars, dreams, and the beginning of something new. Not a fairy tale. Not a tragedy. Just two lives learning how to love without fear. Bridge of Love. The end.